Hey guys, Legendary Grimlock here, and today we're going to scale a very old favorite of mine, Rodan, the King of the Skies, the fastest monster of all time. But without further ado, let us begin, and we're going to start off with the Heishi era, and then we're going to go with from it, kind of here, it's basically a composite Rodan, right? So from the Heisei era, there's very, very good scaling for Rodan here, as not only was he able to fight against and was just pettily pecking Heisei got here, but he was also able to damage as Fire Rodan when he got a major power increase, possibly stronger than the likes of a a Mega King Ghidorah here. He got a much bigger power boost to the point where he was able to fight against and was actually able to take on a Super Mecha Godzilla. He was actually causing so much damage to it that he even took out an eye. And they were actually saying that, hey, he's causing a lot more damage than we expected to it. Now, Super Mecha Godzilla is actually the strongest version of Mecha Godzilla out there. Sorry, I gave y'all the wrong information on my Monster X vs. Uranos video. It was actually Super Mecha Godzilla, not Kiryu. And for years, I used to believe it was Kiryu because he just seemed a bit more upgraded. But, again, it is Super Mecha Godzilla. And Rodan is not only able to take attacks from him, but he's able to damage his armor. He also is able to take these plasma grenades from it, and actually it took 2 for him to actually be knocked out by it. So, without further ado, let's get into the, I guess you could say, the actual scaling here. Now, the plasma grenades are possibly one of the stronger weapons of Super Mecha Godzilla here. But these plasma grenades were able to, able to damage the reflection mirror, or were actually stronger than the reflection mirror, which was able to reflect Godzilla's atomic breath back onto him. Now, this then goes on to get stronger as they build the, let's see, what is it called? It's the Diamond Reflection Armor, okay? They build this Super Mecha Godzilla's Diamond Reflection Armor, which was meant to reflect and even turn that energy against his opponent. And they actually stated that it was much stronger and much more durable than the Fire Mirror. Now, this is important here because Rodan's, uranium beam, which is stated to be a beam pretty similar to Godzilla's atomic breath, was able to, still wasn't able to pretty much damage it. And yet, when he got up close and personal, he was able to, just pretty much clean house on Mechagodzilla, even again causing system like damages, and even being able to take out his eye. Again, I said this earlier, but again, you guys have to understand the point here. Now, Godzilla's atomic breath, you could easily scale to planet busting, to not multi-continental, star level, galaxy level, but you guys already know where I scaled the Heisei verse. And my good friend, Godzilla King of the Monsters, has a very proper scaling video for Heisei Godzilla, okay? So, with that being said here, Heisei Godzilla would be multiversal plus. And with Rodan scaling to around the base levels of Heisei Godzilla, and not being equivalent to his, the Red Spiral Ray. That's what I'm looking for, the Red Spiral Ray. With Red Spiral Ray, with him not being equal to the Red Spiral Ray, but should be superior to the Atomic Breath, meaning that, I guess you could say he's Red Spiral Ray level, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it is a bit stronger, but again, Fire Rodan did need to give his power to Godzilla, which was stated to be pretty much a very great multiplier, as it was 2 equal powers stacking on top of each other. So that means that Fire Rodan would actually be equal to Godzilla's Red Spiral Ray here. And again, he was able to damage the diamond armor. Damage Super Mega Godzilla despite his diamond reflection armor, when Godzilla couldn't do anything to it. Like, Godzilla's atomic breath was just passing off him. And yeah, the diamond reflection armor was doing its job here. So in all honesty, I would probably say Heisei, you know, Heisei Rodan would definitely be a multiversal threat. But this also comes from the sheer fact that the guidebooks, or sorry, the guidebook, sorry, um, also state he's much more powerful than he was before when he was Fire Rodan. And the sheer fact that, again, Heisei has multiple universal plus level feats like Space Godzilla, being able to manipulate fourth dimensional gravity, Zone Fighter. You already know about the Utsuno Ikuzagami and Yamato no Orochi scaling, where Orochi is able to bend, hyperspace around fourth dimensional and even destroy fourth dimensional beings. And, even with the speed scaling and with Leo Mothra being able to transcend fate, or sorry, not transcend, manipulate and pretty much bend fate itself to its will. Again, you have your multiversal plus level feats. Now, with the Showa-verse, right? Let's move on. We're at the Showa-verse now. Showa Godzilla is very consistently star level. I really don't think he really has any universal plus to multiversal level feats. Again, that would only be in the composite sense. But again, Rodan has actually shown that you could actually, I think you could get him to like higher, maybe solar system level plus. This comes from the fact that Rodan was able to no-sell King Ghidorah's gravity beams and Godzilla's atomic breath, with King Ghidorah being able to, manipulate and even absorb the energy of the sun. Okay, he was able to absorb the energy and even absorb the sun itself, even stating that the sun was going to lose its shine by pretty much King Ghidorah. And King Ghidorah has been said several times to be able to be a planet-busting, force, being able to turn planets into husks and being able to just straight up destroy planets itself. So let's move on. Showa Rodan is easily star level, pretty much the simplest one there. Now, let's get into IDW Rodan, all right? Now, Rodan in this one is very consistently, I would have to say, I guess you could say outer, due to the scaling for Godzilla. Now, Rodan himself has been able to fight against monsters like Titanosaurus, who, if you guys have seen my Godzilla scaling and some of my Monsterverse chat videos, I would say that Titanosaur is Godzilla's equal when it comes to a water combat. I would definitely say that Rodan being able to fight him even on land is a very good indication of his strength. With also Titanosaurus being able to affect and harm Space Godzilla, who we know his old origins should be around the galaxy level margin. But again, there are the outerversal feats for IDW Rodan, with him being able to not only fight against monsters that are capable of harming Godzilla, him only being taken out by things like anti-kaiju rounds, which are basically weapons. Basically, it's like the kryptonite for kaiju here, all right? They're basically made and designed to basically harm kaiju, all right? You can't say the regular missiles like our verse, because this verse is, again, much more advanced than ours. It's like the Invincible verse. You can't really say that, oh, yeah, Invincible can get taken out by a missile when this is tech that is much more advanced than our own world. Same thing applies to here for any Godzilla verse. The tech is way more advanced there than here, okay? So, yeah, like I said, you have the scaling for Rodan. You have characters like Gigan, who's been able to fight Space Godzilla and Jet Jaguar, okay? Even being able to deal serious damage to characters like Orga, even Godzilla himself. And it's very consistent here. Now, why would I say this Rodan would be outerversal? Well, you have the Godzilla scaling, where Godzilla has been able to take on the Greek gods, okay? This even includes entities like Zeus. Now, why would I say, that's important? Why is Zeus so important? But again, natural lore for Zeus is the sheer fact that he's able to beat Kronos, who was able to castrate Uranus. Don't look that up. Please don't look that. Don't look up him castrating Uranus. For your own sanity, don't do it. But he was able to castrate Uranus, who was able to stop chaos itself. The entire universe, or the entire multiverse, was pretty much encapped by the abstract of chaos, and Uranus was able to be like, yeah, we just gonna stop that here. And then later on, Kronos, his own son, was able to beat him. And then you have Zeus, who was able to easily beat Kronos. So again, you kind of have that little chain link scaling, but again, it's very consistent here. You also have the fact that Godzilla was able to kill God, even kill God's mountain, who created not only the universe but the void. A void being an endless amount of space and nothing, and you just have that. You just have a lot of you have a lot of consistency. Okay, you have a lot of consistent, outer stuff here. You even have him scaling to characters like Varen, who would I say is in the same department as Zilla when it comes to like physicality. If you ask me who would win that, again, yes, I would say Zilla because he's just a much smarter and better fighter than most of these other monsters, minus King Caesar and Jet Jaguar. But overall, I would say he does scale to Zilla. Even the Gargantuan brothers, are able to harm Godzilla, and Varen was able to fight against them pretty casually. So I don't think it's really a problem here to really say that this Rodan would be universal, especially with the sheer fact that the Greek god feat still stands. Godzilla was really unfazed by a large majority of Zeus's attacks. This included, his lightning strikes, his attempts to be afar, even attacks from gods just around his level, like Poseidon. Ares never even got to attack. That's crazy. And the funny thing is, Zeus had no choice but to BFR this man into Tartarus, right? And Godzilla legit said, well hold up. You gonna trap me in an interdimensional hell and expect me not to bust out? Now, we're not gonna do that. But again, Rodan would scale to this. So overall, if I had to say where a composite Rodan would stand, he definitely stands into the outerversal department with immeasurable to inaccessible speeds. He's able to cause sonic booms with his wing flaps, and pretty much actually, he's actually able to really control those sonic booms very well, even directing them into like a sonic wave attack. But anyway, that's Rodan. That's Rodan for you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.